Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to all of you all present here. Welcome to IIJS Premier 2024, seminars brought to you by Innov8. I extend a very warm welcome to all of you all present here on behalf of IIJS as we dive into another exciting day of insightful discussions and valuable learning. Today is the third day of our seminar series, and we have an impressive lineup of speakers who will share their expertise and perspectives on some crucial topics related to jewelry and gem industry. Without further ado, let's get started. Our first speaker of the day is Mr. Ashish. Mr. Ashish is the head at India Jewellery Expo, IJEX, Dubai. Mr. Ashish joined GJEPC as the head of India Jewellery Expo in Dubai starting in March 2023. With a work portfolio of spanning 22 years of experience across 13 countries, Ashish has hands-on experience in brand management, marketing, and internal communication for leading brand jewelers in the Middle East. He excels at analyzing market trends and customer needs to develop highly effective and targeted campaigns. Additionally, his excellent interpersonal skills make him a formidable asset at IJEX. Over the past 2 decades, Mr. Ashish has worked with renowned luxury jewelers such as Tiffany & Co., Graf Diamonds, etc. He played a key role in establishing the only trade and retail show in the region, Dubai International Jewelers Show. Ashish has served as the brand manager, the general manager of Pure Gold Jewelers, and the marketing manager at Dubai World Trade Center. His diverse portfolio makes him an excellent point of contact for international jewelry brands seeking robust awareness and the right exposure. Mr. Ashish brings a wealth of experience in the jewelry sector and has been instrumental in shaping the landscape of jewelry business in the Middle East. His presentation today is titled Building Your Jewelry Business in the Middle East through IJEX Dubai. In this session, Mr. Ashish will provide valuable insights on how IJEX Dubai can be a pivotal platform for expanding your jewelry business in this dynamic region. Let us all together welcome Mr. Ashish.
Hello, Chair. A very good afternoon to everyone. Thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate all of you are here for this session. It was a long portfolio discussion. Let's keep that aside. And let's talk about a very interactive session on starting your jewelry business in the Middle East through IJEX. So let me start off with what IJEX is all about. So IJEX is India Jewelry Exposition, which is the first international office of GJAPC. How IJEX came into existence is because there's an agreement between India and UAE. There's a trade agreement called SEPA, which came into force in 2022. And after that, the entire concept started that how we can support Indian exporters getting into the Middle East, especially in the UAE, and support their business. So that's how IJEX came into existence. IJEX is also like a first of its kind incubator program for jewelry exporters. So as we go through the entire presentation, we know that Dubai is the most loved place for a lot of reasons. There are a lot of experiences that you can come to Dubai for. Business as well. It's called the City of Gold. So let's look at some interesting facts about Dubai and how it is moving in terms of business and how IJEX is going to support every individual exporter who is interested in coming to Dubai and moving from Dubai further. So let's get down to the most important point in any economics when we look at two factors. One is the resident population of the place And the second is the tourist population. So we look at the numbers. UAE population altogether is around 12.5 million, with a gender split of 69% male and 31% female. Out of this, when you see, very interesting is 38% are Indians, Pakistanis, Emiratis, and others. And the most important thing that you look at what we are looking today when we are trying to understand the consumer trends is the millennials, what we call it as. So if you look at 68% of the population are millennials. So we are going to talk about a very focused thing on product. So it all starts with product. It's just not about, I want to come into the Middle East. I want to start my business in Middle East. How do you start? So it's all about product. It's all about data, which is very important. And the next figures are still interesting figures. This has happened in the last 6 months. So from Jan to June, Dubai welcomed 9.3 million tourists in Dubai. Imagine this kind of tourism flow is there. It really helps the entire retail. It helps all the businesses to grow. Interestingly, GCC, the 6 countries plus the Middle East and North Africa, 25%. Western Europeans, 21%. South Asians, Indians included, and the subcontinent, 17%. CIS, the Russians, and the East Europeans, 15%. Now, this numbers, why I am giving numbers to understand is everything today, when we're looking at selling out jewelry in terms of design, in terms of product development, in terms of these numbers are very important to understand because first thing is you understand who's your target market, whom are you targeting, what is the age that you are targeting. That is going to be your start. So these are the visitors that have come to Dubai in last 6 months. Now let's get to key trends, what are happening. And let's make this session very interactive. It's not all about me knowing everything. I would like your participation as well after that. There would be a lot of knowledge sharing that will come from your side. So let's look at the key trends, what are happening. Retail is growing back very strongly. If you have visited Dubai Gold Souk, Dubai Gold Souk has two parts today. The old Dera Dubai Gold Souk, and there's a new ITRA project which is coming. In the last 1 year, 87 new retail stores have opened. There are absolutely new retailers who have come in, and they are really growing very fast. There are a lot of Indian retailers who are moving into the international markets. We have Tanishq, we have Senco, and there are a lot of other retailers who are looking at Dubai as a place to do business. Market is predominantly selling 21 carat as of now, which is really growing fast. Our segment is focusing only on 22 carat, but of course there are reasons for it. But when we say that, when you're coming there, let's come up with an open canvas, try to understand the product, try to understand the design, try to understand what is selling, what has been, the best sellers. With Dubai and UAE, there are 200 plus nationalities staying together. So you see the choice. It's not one particular segment that you look at. Gemstones are growing very fast again. So we look at, when we look at the UAE Emiratis, they prefer ruby to be their best stones. So rubies, emeralds, sapphires are growing again. And of course, CBD is making inroads in the market with bigger stones. That is a separate discussion that is there. But these are the key trends that are happening. And when we're looking at starting a business in the Middle East, most of them, they look at Dubai as the first place to come in. And that's where it moves to the next, first the GCC, and then further it goes up to the Middle East and Northern Africa. So most important part today is when we look at forecasting market trends across any industry, we are looking at what we call it as the influential influencers, who are the millennials. Again, the big number is 60% of the population today are millennials there. And almost 31% of women are into the workforce. So, they are independent. They want to buy what they choose. They like the jewelry that they want to buy. They go out shopping. So these are the trends which are very important to understand before we come. And that's where IJEX comes into the picture. We support each and every exporter coming to Dubai come to us, sit with us, understand what we do, how we support. Then this is about millennials. There's a very interesting shift that is happening because when we go out to the market, we speak to a lot of retailers, a lot of wholesalers, and when we talk to them, there are a lot of numbers that come out. And we like to, basically look at it. So what they are saying is 4% of Indian millennials. When I say Indian millennials, this could be the second generation or the first generation staying there, or the newcomers who have just entered into the Dubai market to work. They want experiences. So there's a shift happening of this Indian millennials shifting to lightweight Arabic inspired jewelry. I mean, if you look at culturally, there's a long history between UAE and India. So there are a lot of designers, Indian designers, who are looking at Arabic designs, lightweight designs. So that's what is happening. So there's a shift that is happening. So we have to consider all those things when we try to move out into a new market. Let's look at the target markets that we are talking. So this is GCC. Okay, that's where UAE is, Dubai. We look at Kuwait, population. There's the demographics and also the divide between the female population and the expat population. You have Bahrain population 1.47 million, which is the smallest in the region, but there's a appetite for buying. There's the show that's happening as well, so there's a lot of appetite. We have Qatar again, 2.7, Oman, and biggest is Saudi Arabia. So when we look at Saudi, it's such a big place. So you have different parts. So you go to Riyadh, you go to Jeddah, Khobar, Dammam. When we look at the B2B side of the business, but as a B2C, it's across the GCC. A lot of influence coming now from the cultural designs that are coming. We're looking at a lot of Indian exporters who are manufacturing these designs, and you're looking at the market, which is giving them an additional edge over others. So that's the reason we say we are there, we'll support you, come to us, get incubated, understand, and then you can open up into the market. Then we have market segmentation when we call it at retail. So we look at the market segmentation, which we have done in different things that happens at retail level. We have boutiques, which are all your international brands. You have Cartier, you have Bulgari, you have Harry Winston, all the brands. So that constitutes around 5% of it. Then you have the mono brands, which are there. You have the kiosks, which are price point, which is there. But of course, an exporter looking to start some sort of a business into the price point level, we can always look at a lot of a business that could happen from there. These are the departmental stores, semi-boutiques. Now, the biggest chunk comes from the 22 carat stores. So when I say 22 carat stores, I don't mean that it's going to be only having 22 carat jewelry. It has got diamond as well. In Dubai and in the UAE, how every retailer likes to be categorized as a 22 carat segment, which is predominantly targeting the Indian diaspora and the subcontinent. So that's what when I meant like 22 carat stores. 18 carat stores are basically a mix where Europeans would go, mostly Arabics would go, Arab expats would go and look at those. And then you have the 21. So if you look at this major chunk, of course, it's big in retail. This is only retail when we talk about it. Now we look about wholesale. This is the wholesale market. So we're looking again exclusive 22 carat wholesalers who do only 22 carat 11%. We have 21 exclusive. Now again, you see this is a bigger chunk, 30%. So there are a lot of them who do all three, and they supply to different countries. So the biggest guys could supply to more than 35, 40 countries across. So we are looking at the retail segment, we are looking at the wholesale segment, we are talking numbers, and this is the most important thing is we should have our numbers. When we are going into the Middle East market, when we are doing anything that requires to get into a new market, it gives you a lot of things. How you can break this down, you can break this down right from the design, getting it to a product development to the retail. Now, the next one is the Another most important, which we always focus on, is the product segmentation. So growth opportunities through the product development, what we call it as PD. So that's where it happens. These are the top three importing countries now to the UAE. India is number one at 26%, Turkey is 21%, and Italy is 12%. So this, when UAE is getting in, these are the top three countries share. Now we look at region. Uh, this is basically a difference in terms of buying between gold and diamond. We know that South Asian predominantly they buy mostly gold. Diamond, yes, of course. GCC MENA 60%, 40%. Western Europeans are more towards diamond. Again, Eastern Europeans are more towards diamond. So when we have looked at the numbers now, right? Just look at what do they buy. So let's look at South Asians. That's us. 22, 21, 18, all three segments. When it comes to product, they look at design and weight, very important. Trendy with traditional fusion. Today, if you visit Gold Souk, if you see the window display, you'll find fantastic jewelry with an Indian retailer, but a design that you wouldn't see in India. So there's a lot of fusion that's happening. There is Kuwaiti designs that are coming in. So new designs, everybody wants to try new. GCC MENA, they don't mostly look at 22. It's 21 and 18. With this particular segment, gifting is one of the most important thing, where the price point comes into that. Smaller items, gifting happens big time. Bridals, very important. Four-piece sets, very important. Fancies, rounds, everything, good designs. Twins, they call it as diblas. That's how it is. You have a full eternity with different galleries and all that. And tennis. So tennis bracelets, tennis necklaces, different sizes, different stones, lightweight, all those. And as I mentioned, amongst them, ruby is the important gemstone that they use. Western Europeans and the Eastern Europeans, we know all classics, eternities, lab grown, completely 18 karat segment. That is also there, but if you would look at the numbers, it will be more towards the South Asian GCC and MENA. That's what happened. But there are a lot of them who do cater to this kind of a segment. E-commerce is becoming very strong. That's another segment that everybody is looking at. So overall, this is a product segmentation. Next one, why IJEX? So IJEX is a platform where basically we wanted to create an incubator program. We saw that, right from the beginning, it's not only now, but it's been ages that Indian exporters are coming to Dubai with the goods. They fix an appointment with the retailers. So it becomes like, they get an appointment, they don't get an appointment. So what we have done is, okay, let's do this. Let's create your own office away from India in Dubai. That's going to be your own office. It's an address for you to come there, be there with your jewelry, be there for 3 months. We'll deep dive into how IJEX is functioning, what are the operations and all that. But I just wanted to put some numbers and a value proposition. So let's consider you want to start a business in Dubai. When you say I want to start a business in Dubai, first thing is, what do you want to do? Do you want to set up an office? They say, yeah, I want to set up an office. Okay. So when you want to set up an office, we have just put up some numbers here. Okay. These are the numbers when you look at putting up a small office of maybe 15 square meters or 20 square meters. The concept of office is not office. It's like your space where you're going to work. It's going to be a cubicle. So let's look at some numbers in terms of what you'll pay. So looking at rentals, license, furniture, this, that, all the utilities, you'll end up paying approximately $8,000 a month. That's what you do. Okay. Plus, you don't have a guarantee that you'll get buyers. IJEX also helps in getting buyers for you. We do the connect based on your product. We support you. It works both ways, that you have already your base or you have your customers, we add on to it. So it's more of a collaboration that we do. Now let's look at how much you'll spend at IJEX. You're going to spend 3,000 dollars a month. The major chunk, what happens is rentals. When we say $1,800, IJEX rentals over a period of 3 months, it is 4,50,000 Indian rupees. So I've just broken it down into a monthly thing. Your biggest thing that will come is your person staying there for 3 months, his food and accommodation. So that's another equivalent cost that's going to be there. Besides that, nothing. What do you get? You get an office with all the facilities, completely secured, with all the permissions. There's a display you have there. You get your jewelry on DIB for 3 months. It's going to be there for 3 months. Your person is going to be there. We have a database of 2,200 contacts in GCC, okay, which we reach out to through IJEX. So when it comes to getting buyers to IIJS, international buyers from Middle East now, IJEX team takes the lead in getting these buyers. So that's one of the connects that we do. So IJEX is a platform where it's not only for exporters who are there, they're going to be there for 90 days, look out for business, what's your product, what's your inventory level, but IJEX also acts as the first international office of GJAPC. So you need any information about the Middle East market, any information about anything that you need, you all can always approach. But we always tell all our exporters, all our partners, that please to come, please to get into this program, get yourself incubated, try to understand what happens, and then probably you might feel that, no, it might not work for me. It has happened. I'm not saying no. So we started from 1st of May 2023 till now. We had around 27 exporters who have incubated from this program. Out of that, 4 exporters have started their own licenses in Dubai. So they felt that, okay, my product is right, my designs are good. Okay, I need to improve on it. I need to look at the Middle Eastern designs. We connect you with designers as well. So yesterday we had a session with Dubai designers. So there's a very good thing that has happened is they are very organized now. We are working with them closely. We talk to them. We make sure that they talk to our exporters, get a lot of benefits, insight into what are the trends, what's going to happen 18 months from now, what are the designs that are going to come into market. So this sort of support, this sort of insight we would give, and we are more than welcome to invite everyone to be there. So these are the numbers. This is purely a value proposition because everybody would like to put a pen on a paper and say that, what, kharcha kitna. That's okay. This is what, and of course you have to have it because that's your basic thing. What are you going to start with? Now, what support IJEX gives you? So IJEX is called as 365-day exhibition. That's the concept. So it's open throughout. It's not a 4-day exhibition, 5-day exhibition, though we have only of 10 offices. So every quarter we welcome 10 exporters because we try to understand that if you want to come to a new market, you cannot do it in 3 days, 4 days. Okay. If you want to sell it to B2C, yes, you have shows which are there, which you can participate. But if you're purely looking at growing your business, looking Middle East as a long-term market where you want to have a benefit out of it, build relation with your vendors, your buyers, that's going to really help you because your first month understanding is, okay, you know what, everything is new. Even the language, the tone, the colors, the way your retailers come and ask for things. So by the time you digest, it's a month for you. Then we also support you. Okay, this is the kind of jewelry that you need to do. This is the kind of things. And UAE has got different markets. The first thing we always say, I want to come to Dubai. Yeah, okay. But beyond Dubai, there are smaller, there's Sharjah, there's Ras Al Khaimah. So everybody coming as an exporter needs to explore a market beyond that. Yes, primary is Dubai, which is the biggest one. Within Dubai, you have the Gold Souk, you have the Gold and Diamond Park, you have Meena Bazaar, you have Mall of the Emirates, you have Dubai Mall, you have Dubai Hills. So all the sides, you have everything. Then you have Sharjah. Okay, you have Sharjah Souk, you have a lot of malls in Sharjah. You go to Ajman, then you go to Abu Dhabi is a different market. There's Medina Zayed, which is completely different market from what Gold Souk is. You have Hamdan Street, which is another market. So every market caters to different kind of segments. That's what happens. So at IJEX, we give you the expertise what you require. We support you with all the compliances, regulatory support that you need. That's when we saw that out of our 27 exporters who came to IJEX, four of them have already got the office. Uh, we look at connecting buyers also. So we look at your profile, we understand your design. We have a person who's dedicated. He's a buyer acquisition manager. He goes out to the market. He look at your goods, and all of us come from the industry. So for us, it becomes easier to understand the designs, also learn from y'all. It's not only we who would give the inputs, but it's a two-way thing. Which we would like to happen is understand from y'all what designs are running, what is your forte, and work on that. Plus, networking opportunities are there. There are a lot of other events that happen in Dubai. This is the first time that as GJPC, we will be there at Sharjah show. So we have a pavilion at Sharjah show, the Middle East exhibition, starting from September 25th. So this is what we do. We give an opportunity to a lot of exporters coming in, and it's nice for us to learn from y'all as well, because that's your forte. You come with a design and tell us, will this work? So possibly, yes, that's the missing link which was there. And since you have come in, we will try to connect you with probably a buyer who is looking out for that. And then we do the consultancy as well. And this includes everything in the cost. There are no additional costs to anything besides what you pay when you come to IJEX. So it's simple as that. There's no other, rocket science to it besides what you'll be paying for your team to come and stay there for their food stay. That's about it. Uh, this is just how IJEX is laid out in terms of flow plan. So it's a proper office. When you enter, we have a reception. We start the office spaces. They are different sizes. It's first come, first serve basis. As I said, we work every quarter. So for this August, September, October, we already have 10 exporters who are already there. The next batch of exporters will start in November. So that's November, December, Jan, Feb, March, April. That's how the cycle works. You come in, you apply to get into IJEX. Then there's an allotment that happens. The first come, first serve basis. You have an option to select. So we have 10 offices. This is the meeting room. If you have your clients, if you have your customers, you would like to get them have a meeting, you can call them to the meeting room, have a meeting. We have a safe, which is a centralized safe. Nobody is allowed to keep their jewelry, their individual cabins overnight. So the operations work. We have a company, Transguard, who manages the safe. They come in the morning, they'll give you the jewelry, hand it over to you. You take it to your individual offices, you do your business during the day, and then evening, you give it back to them. So it goes back to the safe. So it goes with all proper documentation, with VHRs every day, your valuable handling receipts are given to you, everything is given to you. So everything is there for you to support your business. So this is all about what IJEX is, what we do, and we've been a lot of inquiries that are coming in, and that's how we support. And being GJPC, that's our main objective is to support our members. The most important thing is you need to be a member of GJPC to qualify for this program. That's about IJEX. That's about how you can start your business in the Middle East. I know in this session it's just not possible to get everything together. A lot of them would have questions: how I can do this, how I can improve my business, how I could go into Middle East market. So I'll be more than welcome to answer all your questions. If you all have any questions, it'll be nice to answer the question. Also, know a lot of things from you guys. So it's open for questions if you all have any questions. Yes. Can you?
Requesting you all to raise your hand and the mic will be passed on to you.
Hi, Ashish. Thank you for the
You can
presentation.
sit down.
So,
Yes.
I remember speaking to you earlier. You mentioned that you will be able to sell eventually. Has there been any progress on that front?
Yes. So
So,
we just started. Previously, we had TIB, that's temporary import, coming on no sale basis. But now we have started temporary import on sale.
okay.
It started.
So you can physically have your goods there and give delivery immediately, like your.
Yeah. So what happens is you get your goods on TIB. It's going to be consigned to the freight forwarder, correct? And you carry the goods. It is shipped through whichever freight forwarder you get it through. It comes to IJEX. When you're selling it, okay, you have to pay VAT, which is 5%, and pay import duty, which is 5%.
All right.
Because it doesn't qualify under SEPA, because SEPA is qualified only for the companies which are based there with their legal entity there. So, but this works really nice. Today we have seen is because when you come with say X number of pieces, you need to get your healthy inventory. That's what we say. So that's the. So when you come in, you get a customer. It's a B2C customer, for example. I'm saying. So what happens with the B2C customer is the customer is supposed to pay you 5% VAT, okay, on the sale price. So you collect VAT from the customer, you give it to the freight forwarding company where the goods are consigned to. They are going to pay the VAT because they give you their TRN number. That's a text registration number. This is exactly the framework what happens during exhibitions. So that's what is happening. Now the second part, which is a 5% import duty, is paid on the cost of goods that you have gotten. That you have to give it again to the freight forwarding, they'll pay to the customs. So, you can price yourself how you want to do it. That's what, but it's possible. This is one scenario. The second scenario is you have somebody coming in and he said, okay, I want this 25 pieces. Then you look at it, you could ship it directly because if you ship it, taking an order, shipping it is qualified under SEPA. So you don't have to pay this 10%.
But I still have to pay the 5%. So,
If you are shipping it from India directly, you pay 0%.
okay. So, compared to somebody who has an office in Dubai, I'm at a disadvantage by roughly 5%, right?
What I would say, it's not a disadvantage. Okay, you shouldn't call it a disadvantage because I did show you the value proposition.
Yeah.
A person who's coming there put millions of dirhams to start his office.
All right.
You're coming on 4,50,000 Indian rupees. So you need to look at it. Today, if you're starting, today if you're starting it, it's an incubator program. You want to look at the market, and what we have really helped is, people have understood that this is a product what I was not aware of that I could sell it in the Middle East, but I had it at home. I came out, I tried it, and I could sell it. So that is an advantage. When you open up your office, the first thing, on an average, you pay around 45,000 for the trade license. Okay, then you have your office, everything. We also closely work with Dubai Chambers because, what is happening is they're looking at the prospects of converting this incubator, like you come in as an exporter, how best they could support with giving you a benefit of starting up an office with sort of additional benefits. So that's what. So let's not look at it. Let's try to explore, try to take that risk. We are there to support. So a person who's sitting there, he always looks at his cost. Annual cost is very high. But technically, to be very realistic to answer your question, yes, you have to put that in mind that, what, I'm going to pay 10%. This is how it's going to look at it is. But I also have an advantage that tomorrow, if I can ship it after taking an order as a sample line, it's going to be better for me. Yeah.
Makes sense.
So we have started all. So November is the next batch what's going to.
So, and also just one last question. You can move around with the goods within the
You
UAE?
need to take help of the security.
Yeah.
So Transcard or whoever, because now SIRA is the local authority, which is the security agency which runs the entire thing. So as per their thing, you cannot carry goods. It's quite risky.
Okay.
So you need to take help from the security agency. So on an average, when anywhere you would go, it will cost you $50. Just to give you a rough figure, it's not. But just I mean, prepare your numbers. We always say that just don't blindly come in there. Okay. Create a sort of an Excel for yourself. Talk to us. Put some numbers. Do your workout on it, and say, okay, you know what, Ashish, this works out for me. Let's try. We are more than happy. So we have got a wait list now starting from November, because that's what, and we are trying to look at how best we can support. So we're also looking at IJEX being as considered as a designated zone. So we have put it up. If IJEX happens as a designated zone, then we are looking at how we can work under getting it under SEPA. But this is not yet. We are still working on it.
All right, thanks. That's a big step forward. That the fact that you can start selling.
Yeah, you
basically
know that a
online.
year back we couldn't do it. We worked on it, and we are working as per compliances, because all the shows they do it. So it's nothing thing. So the next step for us is to look at how IJEX can be classified as a designated zone.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any more questions? So good. I think everything is understood. But you have any questions, anything, I'm here. You can reach out to me, and I'll be more than happy to support you all on one-on-one as well. Thank you very much for being here this afternoon. Really appreciate, and wish you all the very best. We are there in Dubai. Anything that you need, even if you come to Dubai to know something, we are in Hind Plaza 8. That's in Golsu on the fourth floor. So you can always look out for IJEX. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.